Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to 2CTV, your global news channel. We are live and we have a live feed from the White House as the President and the First Lady have just arrived on the balcony. And we literally just had the national anthem. It's the 4th of July, of course. We have the live special coverage on 2CTV about what is happening in, obviously, Washington, D.C., but of course, across the United States. Happy 4th of July to all you beautiful Americans watching this. This was a last-minute live stream. We didn't really have enough time to schedule this in advance. This session was already actually delayed. This was supposed to happen an hour ago. Not really sure what happened there. So we are now waiting for the United States Air Force to come on, including the B-2 bombers who went to Iran to do their special operation against the nuclear facilities. Let's just stay with the President and the First Lady, and then we're going to continue. Right, while we wait for the Air Force and the fighter jets to arrive, just a quick, obviously, announcement in case you missed the first live stream. Oh, I think the President is going to say something. There we go. President's going to be about to speak.
Ladies and gentlemen,
let's
the
go.
President of the United States and First Lady Melania Trump.
Let's go.
Well, thank you very much, and that is some sight, especially after what happened just a week ago. When you look at that big, beautiful plane, and the other ones were something. It was an incredible mission, and I think I can say very proudly, and I don't have to quote the polls, that our country is more proud right now than it's been in many years. We have pride, we have dignity, we have something that's happened miraculously so fast. You know that our military now is the most sought-after job.
There we go.
There's never been serving in our military. 1 year ago, people didn't want to join they didn't want to join anything having to do with our country. And now, as you probably know, the enlistment is at an all-time record. We're packed. We're full. And I just think that's so important because that was so sad 1 year ago when I heard those statistics. We had a different president, but nobody wanted to join, and now we're at a record. And I will say that I just left NATO, where we had a tremendous experience. They've agreed to put up over $1 trillion a year. They went from less than 2% to 5%, and nobody thought that was possible. And they told me very strongly, the leaders of a big part of the world, very respected people all, they told me that, 1 year ago your country was dead, and now you have the hottest country anywhere in the world. So that's the way it is, and that's the way we like it. And it's only going to get hotter, I promise you that. After that spectacular display of American power, let me just say that God bless the United States military, and God bless the USA. God bless the USA. And to all Americans, I want to wish you a very happy Independence Day.
Yes.
Happy 4th of July. This is going to be something special. This spirit in this country, we haven't seen anything like it in many, many years, in decades.
Yep.
Let me also express our gratitude to our magnificent First Lady. She worked very hard to make this all work. We have a fireworks display about 9 o'clock tonight. I hope you're all going to be around and watch it.
Oh, yeah.
I know our congressmen and our senators who are standing right here, so many of them, they did such a great job. They're going to be here. I guarantee you, they're not leaving. They're not leaving. Thanks as well to the National Park Service, the USO, and countless friends and distinguished guests. We have so many people in the audience that have so much to do with the success of our country. We've, I think, had probably the most successful almost 6 months as a president and the presidency. I think they're saying it was the best 6 months.
It's trying to find a way to fix the sync, the audio.
The last 2 weeks, there has never been anything like it as far as
Stay with me.
winning.
It's gonna. There we go. It's gonna be fixed.
So
Fixed.
as you know, 2 weeks ago,
Oh,
our incredible Air Force pilots
I tried.
conducted one of the most successful military strikes in all of history, Operation Midnight Hammer, and that's exactly what it was. It was a hammer. This evening, we're honored to be joined by 150 airmen and their families from Whiteman Air Force Base in Missouri, home of the B-2 bomber. And we've kept them a little bit on guard. We kept them a little bit, let's be a little bit quiet about it. But if you want to raise your hand very quickly, raise your hand, because you people are just incredible. They don't want to be in disguise. You know, they say, we don't have to do that. They're looking at us like we're a bunch of babies. We don't have to be in disguise. We saw all those hands go up. Thank you very much. We owe you everything. Great job. Incredible. Just flawless. One of the most flawless military campaigns in the history of our country. If you remember years ago, they had helicopters crashing into each other. It was a disaster, the hostages in Iran. And we had just the opposite. We didn't have any crashes. We didn't lose any planes. We didn't lose anybody. Those beautiful planes that you saw were totally stealth. They
Somebody
flew
needs to
over
tell
the
Tucker
center of
Carlson.
a very hostile country.
How's Tucker
And they
Carlson
never even
doing?
saw it coming. And then they said, skedaddle. They dropped the bombs. They said, skedaddle.
Smooth.
And that big sucker turned over like this on its side, and it got out of there. Well, I'll tell you what, how they do that, but they can do it. I asked our great General Kane,
Let me
how do
get
they do
Melania
that?
in.
Do they really love doing that? Look at them, they're all laughing. And they said, do they really like doing it, sir? They can't wait. Better you than me. That's all I can say. It was a flawless mission. Every single bomb hit, and it was total obliteration.
There we
Total
go.
obliteration. Now, even the fake news is admitting that. They hated to admit it, but they had no choice. That was an incredible thing, and these heroic pilots showed our enemies what it means to fly, fight, and win. To every service member who supported that mission, and we have many of them here. We've made we've made you proud by supporting, but you've made us even prouder by having the courage to get in those gorgeous machines and fly through the roughest airspace anywhere in the world. And we salute you, and we honor you. Thank you very much for being here. Thank you.
Yep. Tucker Carlson said we're going to be in World War III.
We're also honored and delighted to be joined by hundreds of service members and military families. Those families are the best we have from all across the U.S. Armed Forces, Army, Navy, Air Force, Space Force. I love the Space Force. You know why?
He loves the
Because
Space
we're
Force.
the ones that did it. It's turned out to be a very invaluable force, actually. The Coast Guard and the Marines are incredible people. On behalf of our entire nation, this 4th of July, we thank you for keeping America safe, strong, sovereign, and free. Thank you very much for being here. Great honor. And stick around for the fireworks. Our
Fireworks.
country's had so much to celebrate this Independence Day. As we enter our 249th year, America is winning, winning, winning like never before. We're not, I'll tell you, we're in a category now that's where we've wanted to be for a long time. We suffered with 4 horrible years of embarrassment.
Yep.
Afghanistan may be the most embarrassing moment in the history of our country. We're never going to let a thing like that happen again. Trillions of dollars are pouring into the United States for investment purposes. Almost $15 trillion. There's never been anything like it. There's never been anything even close. The stock market's at an all-time high. Jobs are at an all-time high. Everything's at an all-time high. And we're going to keep it that way. We have the greatest country in the world, and we're back. We're back like nobody thought possible this quickly. I thought it would take maybe a year, maybe 2 years, maybe even 3. And we did it in less than 6 months. We are back and strong.
And the borders are fixed.
Restored American strength and deterrence on the world stage. We're respected again. The world is respecting us again. When we did NATO, those leaders came up to me and they said, you know what, we're going to go to a new level of spending because you're requesting it, sir. They didn't talk to you last president like that, I can tell you. They didn't spend any money. They didn't spend anything. In a few moments, we're going to make official the greatest victory yet when I signed the one big, beautiful
bill.
And before I start, I want to tell you that I've never seen people so happy in our country because of that. Because so many different groups of people are being taken care of, the military and civilians of all types, jobs of all types. We're adding things like the biggest tax cut in the history of our country, child tax credits. So many things are being added that we wouldn't even have time to discuss them. When we were doing it, John Thune and Mike Johnson right there, I see Mike, what a job they've done. What a job they've done.
Yep.
But you know, it was supposed to be in 3, 4, 5, 6, or 7 different bills. And I was on one of the fake news shows and I said, let's do it in one beautiful, big, we want one big, beautiful bill. I said that to this newscaster, and I think a lot of the congressmen and senators were watching, and they said, let's name the bill that, one big, beautiful bill. And that's what we did. And what we've done is put everything into one bill. It's never happened before. It's the biggest bill of its type in history. We've never had anything like
Very
that
controversial.
before. Nothing like that
Very
we thought
effective.
would be possible to get passed. And actually, I liked it because we had so much in there that no matter who you are, there was something in that bill that would make your congressman or your senator or your congresswoman, much more importantly, raise their hand and support, right, Lisa? So that was something, and it was really something special. So the American people gave us a historic mandate in November. We won everything. We won the swing states, all 7 swing states. We won every one. That rarely happens. We won the popular vote. We won the districts, 2,750 to 505. That's why when you look at a map, it's all red, a little blue on each end, but it's all
California.
red. And by the way, red means Republican, just in case.
No, communist. I love
So
that.
we made promises, and it's really promises made, promises kept, and we've kept them. This is a triumph of democracy on the birthday of democracy, and I have to say that the people are happy. They're happy. And I listened to a broadcast, and I read a couple of articles. They have the Democrats, they should have voted for it. They didn't vote for tax cuts. They didn't vote for taking care of people. They didn't vote, not one vote. And we knew that because their hatred of either the country or me or both is so great. They didn't vote at all, and it's terrible. But I just have to say, they have a routine. It's terrible, they say. Terrible, terrible. You saw that guy standing up for hours yesterday. He didn't know what he was even doing there. I say, when's he sitting down? He had a towel. He's wiping his face. That's not too elegant. But what is
Not too elegant.
What is he doing for so long? And he couldn't criticize the bill. He was criticizing everyone else and everything else. So they've developed, and this is according to the news media, they've developed a standard line, and we can't let them get away with it. Oh, it's dangerous. Oh, everybody's going to die. It's actually just the opposite. Everybody's going to live. This is just the opposite. And I just want you to know, if you see anything negative put out by Democrats, it's all a con job. And they said, and they compared it to just like the con job of Russia, 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 and all of the other things they did. The 51 intelligence agents said, and the laptop from hell.
Oh, yeah.
It came from Russia, they said. No, it didn't come. A lot of things come from Russia. That didn't come from Russia. And it was all proven out to be a fake job, and that's what they're doing with this. So we just have to look forward, fellas, look forward and just say what it is, because it's the most popular bill ever signed in the history of our country. Whether you're military or anybody else, this is the most popular bill ever signed. And it includes the largest tax cut in American history, the largest spending cut, $1.7 trillion, and yet you won't even notice it. Just waste, fraud, and abuse in American history. So you have the biggest tax cut, the biggest spending cut, the largest border security investment in American history. We want to have strong borders, and the only thing is we want to have great elections, too. You need strong borders and elections, and my people have promised me that we're going to go into elections, and we're going to make sure they're not rigged, that they're not sullied We're going to make sure that the elections are going to be fair. You need two things. You need strong borders and you need fair elections.
Yep.
And we're going to make sure on the elections also. And our armed forces are one of the most vital military modernizations of all time. It will take place. So we rebuilt our military in our first term, and now we're going to modernize and remodernize our military, including building a great golden dome all over our land so that if they get nasty with us, it's going to be knocked down. It's going to make any of the golden domes, they call them the Iron Domes, we're calling ours the Golden Dome.
Brilliant.
We did the Iron Domes, and we do sort of everything, if you want to know the truth, but this blows it away. We're going to keep you safe. I want to thank every member of the House and Senate who worked to get this bill on my desk, and many of them are here, and I'm not going to mention all their names because we'll be standing here, but I have to mention a few. And
Still gonna do it
especially
anyway.
I want to thank Vice President J.D. Vance,
Yes.
who's been fantastic. Secretary of State Marco Rubio, who's been incredible. We have somebody that is, it was a passion. I think he actually loved it. It wasn't easy, but he loved it. Speaker of the House, Mike Johnson, who's right here. Speaker,
Great man.
Thank you very much. What a job, and he worked so closely with the Senate Majority Leader, John Thune, who's a fantastic guy. And those two are a team that is not going to be beat. When you look at them and you look at their counterparts on the other side, it's not even close. I want to thank both of you people for doing an incredible job. Thank you very much, John and Mike. House Majority Leader Steve Scalise, a brave man. Steve, you know, he suffered a tragedy a number of years ago. I was at his hospital bedside that night with Melania, with our First Lady. He had no chance. The doctor said he has very little chance. And you look better today than you did then. You didn't look particularly good that night, I will say. But I learned one thing, his beautiful wife loved him. She was a disaster. Right?
Love
I
it.
told him, I said,
You didn't look
"Steve,
good.
I can only tell you one thing. I was with your family and I was with your wife, and your wife was devastated. She loves you. I've seen a lot of wives that, you know, they don't seem to be so concerned in those situations. But that's the kind of wife you don't want.
What is he doing?
But you have a great, beautiful wife who was really there, and you really have done. You're a very brave guy, and Mike and John and everybody that's standing with you knows it. Thank you very much. I really appreciate it. House Majority Whip, this is a guy who is great. When I have a problem, I call him up, and he gets it done. He's a tough cookie. I don't know why he's not the governor of Minnesota. He comes from Minnesota. He's like, oh, look, he goes, no, I don't want to run for governor. You know, come to think of it, I think that's a good idea. You would win so easily. The guy is terrible. You would win. You just have to take a look at that handsome face of yours, and you'd win. Tom Emmer, everybody. He did a great job.
Brilliant.
I think you should consider that, although we don't want to lose him, do we? We don't want to. Let's stay where you are. I think
Stay where you are.
What a job you did.
Change his
Senate
mind.
Majority Whip John Barrasso, who's incredible. Senate Finance Chairman Mike Crapo. Thank you, Mike. What a job. What a job. He knows that tax stuff. Him and Jason, they really know their stuff. Senate Budget Committee Chairman Lindsey Graham. What a good man he is. I see a poll. He's running, and I see a poll. He's 24 points up. That's not bad, Lindsey. That's not bad. 24 points up in
Melania's
great
trying
state
so
of
hard
South
not to
Carolina.
completely
House
laugh.
Ways and Means Chairman Jason Smith. What a job. Thank you, Jason. Thank you. These people are great. These are great patriots. I have to call them out. House Budget Committee Chairman Jody Arrington. Jody, thank you very much.
He's naming everyone now.
Jody has been good right from the beginning, and so many others, and they're all here, and they fully understand. They'll never speak to me again, but that's okay. It is what it is. But I just want to thank everybody. A lot of senators here, a lot of congressmen and women here. Lisa, thank you very much, by the way. I have to thank you. Thank you very much. You've been fantastic. So this bill will fuel massive economic growth and lift up the hardworking citizens who make this country run. The factory workers, farmers, mechanics, waiters, waitresses, police officers, firefighters, coal miners. Coal is back. Beautiful. I said you can't use the word coal unless you precede it by saying clean, beautiful coal. It's what,
Clean
China's
coal.
right now building 68
How's that
coal
possible?
generating plants, and we're putting up wind. It doesn't work, I will tell you. Aside from ruining our fields and our valleys and killing all the birds and
Killing all the birds.
being very weak and very
True.
expensive, all made in China. You know, I noticed something that with all of the
Ooh,
windmills that China
got breaking
sends
news.
us, where we waste our money because it's the most expensive energy, I see that, you know, they make about 95% of them, the wind turbines. I have never seen a wind farm in China. Why is that? Somebody check that out. Tom Emmer, would you please check that out? But all the coal miners we love and the truck drivers, in this act, we have officially made the Trump tax cuts permanent. That's the largest tax cut in the history of our country, added to substantial other cuts, which is you're gonna see like a rocket ship. You know, we're setting all sorts of economic records right now, and that's before this kicks in. After this kicks in, our country is going
We have
to
some
be
breaking
a
news.
rocket ship economically, and we've delivered no tax on tips, no tax on overtime, and no tax on Social Security for our great seniors. And that's why when you hear things like that, this is the most it's the biggest bill of its kind ever done by far, but it's, we are going to have a situation, we are going to have something where people are going to realize the level of success and popularity of this bill. And sort of to close it out, it makes the child tax credit
Goodbye,
permanent
Palestine
for 40
action.
million American families. And to increase the car affordability, it makes interest on a new car payment. So this had never happened before. You buy a car, you borrow money, you're allowed to deduct for income tax purposes your payment of interest. You're allowed to deduct it. It's never happened before. So run out and buy a car. But I have to tell you, it's only good, Mike, if it's made in America. If it's made in another country, you don't get it. And
Yeah.
to protect 2 million family farms and other small businesses, we're eliminating the estate tax or the death tax. So if you want to leave your farm or your small business, but farms are really, they have been devastated, to your children, if you love your children. By the way, if you don't love your children, don't even listen to what I'm saying. It doesn't matter.
What?
But if you love, would you live? Yes, I think you love your child. This one loves Barron. So I don't know if we're a small business. I think we're not. I'm not sure. I'm not sure that we qualify. I'm sorry, darling. But you know, it was devastating. Farmers they had to go
Oh,
out
my
and
God.
borrow money. And by the way, is that Pam Bondi? Pam Bondi, raise your hand. Thank you,
Yes,
Pam,
Pam
for
Bondi.
being here. Attorney General, she's done an incredible job. So there won't be any, think of this, there won't be any death tax. You're not going to have to go borrow money. Your parents pass away and the farm goes into the bank's hands and gets foreclosed. That's not going to happen. And with 100% expensing for new investments, we're cutting taxes.
By the way,
for
keep
every
watching. I'm gonna have a
manufacturer who
present for all of
expands.
you. I'm gonna have a
And we
gift for you guys.
Expansion at
Keep
the
watching.
highest level that we've ever had it. We have hundreds of factories, including car plants and AI. It's coming into our country at levels that we've never seen. And to conclude, not only will we have the strongest economy on earth, we're also going to have the strongest borders on earth. And last month, did you see the number? 0 people crossed our border.
Yes.
0 illegal people.
It's quite impressive, actually, for
And
America.
that's after Joe Biden let 21 million people, many of them people from gangs and prisons and drug lords and people that were mentally unbalanced. They let them into our country. We're getting them out at record numbers, and we have an obligation to, and we're doing it. So as we approach the 250th anniversary of America's founding exactly 1 year from now, we are creating an economy that delivers wealth for the middle class, a border that is sovereign and secure, and a military that is unmatched, unequaled anywhere in the world. And you saw that. And what a beautiful sight that was, especially after watching what they did just a short while ago. The golden age of America is upon us. We are in the golden age. It's going to be a period of time, the likes of which I don't think this country has ever experienced before. We're going to make America great again, and it's happening very fast. We love you. We thank you
Yes.
for being here. Enjoy the fireworks tonight. And First Lady, I want to thank you. You have been unbelievable.
Yes.
It's
Go, Melania.
You think it's easy being First Lady? It's not. Thank you all very much. Happy 4th of July.
Happy 4th of July.
God bless you all. Thank you very much, everybody.
Brilliant. Right, I'm going to give you a present. It's 4th of July. Ready for it? Get ready.
We're going to sign the bill now.
They're going to sign the bill now. The big, beautiful bill. All right, so Let them go. Come on, guys. Brilliant.
Let me go back now.
I need to apologize for the internet connection is not our feed from the White House, is where I am. I'm going to explain in a second. It's going to sign the big, beautiful bill. Then I'm going to give you my your 4th of July presents any moment. America. There we go. There's Mike. Right. Keeps lagging. So annoying. Right, okay, while they do that, it's going to spend the next 5 minutes shaking hands. It's 4th of July, which means I'm going to have to give you guys a present. Also, why am I sitting there? The internet connection was the issue from where I am. I'm not in London anymore. I've left. I'm in a different bunker. So first things first, special thanks to all of you who've been supporting 2CTV. I'm not going anywhere, so by the way, keep watching. We're going to go back to the White House in a second. Because of your support, our channel has been growing massively. We've been able to get a network of journalists and reporters from all around the world. We have our sources everywhere. But I can also now officially give you guys the good news that we now also have access to the live feeds directly from many places as events happen, including, of course, the White House. We're giving you guys a live feed. We're not showing you guys BBC feed or CNN, whatever. This is our own direct live feed. But the good news is the president it's the 4th of July, so we all have to celebrate because America and the birth of America has also been extremely positive on the rest of the Western world in general. So if you've been enjoying 2CTV, you can enjoy more because we're giving you guys 50% discount. Yes, 50% discount off 2CTV Plus annual subscriptions. If you use the promo code USA50 by going on 2C.tv, our main platform, of course, on YouTube, we'll still have the breaking news live streams, as you can see now. But if you want to get more out of the channel, go on 2C.tv, use the promo code USA50 to get 50% off annual memberships of 2CTV Plus. The link is also in the description. Make sure to use the code on the website, not the app. You can only use the code on the website, annual memberships. But of course, afterwards, download the 2CTV app as well, the home of geopolitical news, and use the login details that you have from the website. It's the same thing, basically. Let's quickly go back to the White House. He's just finished shaking hands. Brilliant. All right, there he is. He's about to sign the bill. I'm going to explain where I am, by the way, because you can tell I'm not in my home studio. It's a bit of a mess here.
Thank you very much.
I'm at a wedding.
And I want to thank the people up here. They're unbelievable people. Mary, hi, Mary. How's Scott doing? Good job? Scott, how's the economy? Okay?
Wonderful. Going to get better from South Carolina.
It's been amazing. Thank you very much, everybody. Have a good time. Happy 4th of July.
Happy 4th.
Brilliant.
I'm so sure that's a good idea. You got a good doctor. He weighs about 20 pounds. That's how big Mr. President.
Is that the 45, 47? Yeah.
Thumbs up.
No Candace Owens, no Tucker Carlson. No more. Okay, so. All right, let's quickly get some reaction from the live chat. Of course, this channel is also for you, and it's an interactive geopolitical news, so of course I have to get your reaction as well. D. Dunn says, we need to get rid of Starmer and King Charles and bring back the UK, a Christian nation. Please, That's a good idea. We have Ivan saying, this is comedy gold. That was a good speech. Chaotically great as usual. Here's your damn money. What did I do? Now, don't give me money here. Become a member of 2CTV Plus. Come on. Have another cup of tea. Great, thanks for that. What else do we have? Donald J is a big, beautiful president. Quite. Super sticker from Cat's Rule. And another super sticker. All right, so let's just have a look at the Americans. Happy 4th of July, America. We are back, says Elizabeth Cohen. Yes, I agree. Someone said that Melania is Slovenian. So beautiful. It's true. Eastern European women are good looking. Yes. All right. So now, as I said, it's the 4th of July. Just for 4th of July, special day, special discount. 50% off 2CTV Plus annual memberships if you use the promo code USA50 by going on 2c.tv. The link is also in the description under this video. Go on it now and become a member of 2CTV Plus. You get access to all our documentaries, chat forum, of course, my own podcast, and many other things as well that we're going to have. And of course, download the 2CTV app, the home of geopolitical news. Thank you so much for watching. I'm at a wedding. I've left London. I've come to the north of England, very much north. We're in Durham. I'm at a friend's wedding, so this is a bit of a chaotic situation. The internet is not great. My camera is messed up. I'm going to sort this out by tomorrow. The good news is I have finally bought Starlink Mini. I've got a Starlink, which is coming next week, because in the next few weeks, we're going to be traveling a lot everywhere. And so I'm going to need Starlink in order to get proper internet. So going forward, it's going to be much better. And we're going to have the live feeds for you guys going forward. 2CTV will continue to be the home of geopolitical news from all around the world. Thank you so much for watching. I'm Maya 2C, and we are the media.